Hey guys, welcome back to another Deltaforce beta video. Today I want to walk you through a few things that you definitely need to know when you get started into the beta, but these are mainly focused on the mode Havoc Warfare and not so much on Hazard Operations, so more on the Battlefield mode and not so much on the Extraction mode. Still, you should stick around because there are a few things that apply to both of them. But we're gonna start with how you actually get into the beta. So all you need to do is head over to the Steam page of the game, and then scroll down and click on Download Deltaforce Demo. If you should still have the alpha build installed, I would still recommend to uninstall this one and then go with the demo. I don't know if this still works for the beta. Back into the game, there's one thing right away that I think needs some clarification. So when you have this mode overview that you have at the beginning as well, you have Havoc Warfare, which is the Battlefield mode, and the other one, Tactical Turmoil, is actually Hazard Operations. So this is the Extraction mode. If you want to focus on this one and you were wondering where it is and you couldn't find it, click on this one. That's the right mode for you. Now I'm gonna start with the operators because there's a lot to say about the loadout, so I'll move this back a little bit. In the beta we have 7 operators. It's basically the same ones that we already had in the alpha, but this time most of the operators are unlocked. So 6 of the 7 are unlocked, including Headclaw. You might have missed this in the alpha as well because it needed to be unlocked in a weird way, and only Vyron, the second assault operator, is still locked. But I'm going to show you real quick how you can unlock him. So you go down here where it says event down in the bottom left of the start screen, and then you click on recruit and then recruit check-in. And here you get rewards for logging in daily. But what actually happens is that they only unlock daily, but you don't need to log in daily. After the 3rd day, no matter if you logged in or not, you will receive Vyron. Now, I'm not going specifically into what all of these operators do because you would have to try it out a bit for yourself, but I'm just gonna give you a very short overview. One thing just that is important, I think, is that only this one, the Wolf, can slide. None of the other operators can slide. Only this one has it because he has kind of an exoskeleton and that makes it possible for him to slide. Then we have one medic operator who can heal and revive everyone. We have 2 engineers who are the guys, you know, caring about vehicles and destroying gear and everything. And then we have 2 recon operators who are for revealing enemies and hacking stuff. Then taking a short look at the vehicles, there are only these vehicles available, so 5 ground vehicles and 1 helicopter, and you can also upgrade them. You go down there to custom, but you would have to unlock all of the upgrades. So you have to play the vehicle and then you will unlock all of these upgrades and then you can change them. And then you also have appearances, so skins for the vehicles, and that's the same also for the weapons actually. And you can unlock these skins throughout the beta, but I don't know if you want to bother because you cannot take any of those skins with you into the early access or into the full game. All of your progress will be wiped after the beta. Skins, progression, unlocked attachments, unlocked upgrades, anything. And now getting to the most important part or most interesting part, I think, which is the weapons. So first of all, every class has access to different weapons. So getting into the assault, for example, they have access to different assault rifles, they have access to shotguns and have access to 1 marksman rifle. You just have to look into this and create some loadouts that fit for different situations. Because that leads me to the next point. Right now, you cannot switch weapons freely when you are in a match. You can only switch between these loadouts here. And for each operator, you have 5 loadouts that you can create. And I would recommend to make 1 loadout for each situation. So 1 for more close combat, 1 for more medium, and 1 for close range. Now, looking into a specific weapon, first of all weapons are unlocked in the beta. So you don't need to grind for weapons to try them out. All weapons are unlocked right from the start, but what is not unlocked, but what I thought would be, because they said it would be unlocked, are the weapon attachments. You still need to unlock them, and I'm going to show you in a second how this works. But first of all, we're going to look through here. So here you have your modification overview where you can select all of your attachments, and there's really a lot you can tinker with, and there's a ton of attachments for all kinds of parts of your weapon, and some attachments like barrels open up more slots for attachments. So if you like to tinker with your weapon, you're definitely right here. And what you can do as well is calibrate different attachments. It doesn't work for all of them, but for some of them, for example, I have a foregrip right here, and I can change the thickness of this, and that changes the stats of the weapon. So for example, if I change the thickness and make it a bit thinner, it gives me more ADS movement speed, but it takes away moving stability. So you can tinker with this one as well if that's your kind of thing. You can really modify the weapon into each and every detail. Now, over here on Loadout, you basically have the same screen that you have when selecting a weapon, and here you also have the details. And I think that's really interesting, because here you can see all of the damage that your weapon does for each and every body part, which is especially important for the extraction mode, where you have different armor and everything. And then you have an overview of how good your weapon can be controlled, so the recoil pattern, for example, and how strong the recoil is, and also how the base pattern is and how it changes with your current modification, which I think is important if you want to check how successful your weapon is modified. And you can do the same for the handling and for the stability and also for the accuracy. So always have a look into this and check how your weapon changes with the attachments you have selected. But what you can do as well here in the screen is save your loadouts. So you have different slots for your custom loadouts, and you can simply save them. And what you can do as well is share loadouts. So if you have created an amazing loadout and maybe you're a content creator and you want to share it with your audience, you don't have to describe them what kind of attachments you're using, but instead you go here to share loadout, copy a share code, and then you go into import loadout and you have this share code in here, and then you can apply the loadout. And then for progression, this is also important. You can see all of your attachments, and you can also see the level of the weapon and with which level you can unlock which attachment. And how you actually unlock these attachments and how you level up your weapon, one way is of course by playing the weapon and earning XP with it, but there's a lot faster way, because during playing you will unlock these weapon XP tokens, and you also have one in a mail that you got to your in-game mailbox. So be sure to check this, because there are 35 of those advanced XP tokens right here. You basically use these IP tokens, and I can just click through it. So I need 20 right here to level up the weapon completely to level 69. And then go to upgrade, and then instantly I have all of my attachments for this weapon unlocked. Now, the question might be, how do you get these tokens? Well, there's a simpler answer to this. You go back to the start screen, and then down here at events again, and you have different events for the game. Some of them are for Havoc Warfare, some of them are only for the extraction mode, and others are for both modes. And you have also some that are daily and some are just across the whole beta. And the daily ones are also split up into the two modes. So for me it's Havoc Warfare right here, and I've already played a bit, so I can claim a token right here. And you really have to claim each and every mission. It won't happen automatically, which is a bit of a pain, but you have to get in here and you have to claim it manually. And then for Havoc Warfare you have the Battle Journey, which are also daily missions, but you can do them at any time. So if I miss out on day 1, 2, 3, 4, I can do all of the missions when I log in at day 4. I can do all of the missions of the former days as well. But here you also have to claim all of these XP points. These are just XP points, nothing else, manually, and then you have to claim these XP tokens manually as well. And the same goes for Tactical Turmoil. There are also different challenges you can do, and you can unlock Technic Alloy, which is the currency you need, and other stuff that you need in the extraction mode. Now, one thing you might still wondering what it means on the start screen is ranked. So you just collect score and XP during a match, and then you rank up, and with these ranks you also get rewards, and these are weapon skins or vehicle skins or more of these XP tokens. Now, talking about game modes, right now in Havoc Warfare we have the AD mode and we have the capture mode, but this needs to be unlocked at level 4, and then later on we can unlock Flash and Assault. So AD mode is basically an attack and defend mode, so kind of breakthrough if you come from Battlefield, and capture is basically like conquest in Battlefield. So you have 5 objectives and you just capture them and try to hold them as long as possible. Alright, now when you are in a match, there are of course a few things that you should know as well. And the first one is the reinforcement system that you can bring up by holding 5. So you just hold it and then this wheel here comes up, and you can see in the middle that I have 180 points. So you get these points by helping your teammates, or by killing enemies, or doing assists, or by capturing objectives, and so on. So every action you do will give you a few of these points. And if you have enough of them, you can call in a tactical beacon, or a smoke barrage, or an artillery, or a rocket. But what you can do here as well is call in vehicles, and that works in a similar way to 2042, but you need to pay those call-ins. But there is of course another way to get a vehicle, and that is in the deploy screen. So there is this little vehicle symbol right here, and when you click on it, you can see all of the vehicles that are available, and you can grab any vehicle you want from here if it is available, and it won't cost you anything. Now, back on the map, there is something else that is absolutely important and that you should definitely know about, and that is that if you fire your weapon, or when you fire your weapon, you will be spotted on the map as a red dot. So when you open the map, and you can also zoom it in and out by the way, you can see these red dots right here that just light up every now and again for a short amount of time. These are all soldiers firing their weapon, and that's also how you show up for the enemy team if you fire your weapon without a suppressor. You can use a suppressor, but this will not completely wipe you from the minimap, but it will only lower the distance at which enemies can see you on the minimap. But to spot enemies, there is also manual spotting. So if you point your crosshair, first of all, there's proximity spotting. So if you point your crosshair at an enemy, you can see there is a red dot above their heads. But this only shows up for you and not for anyone else. But what you can do as well is spot enemies simply by pointing your crosshair at them and then pressing the middle mouse button. So now they're spotted and your whole squad can see them in 3D and also on the minimap. And if there is an enemy behind cover, you can double tap the middle mouse button, and then there will this little marker come up that says danger, there is an enemy around. Another interesting function that the spotting system has is that you can point your crosshair at an objective icon and then spot it, so use the middle mouse button at it, and then you can see how many enemies are at the objective as opposed to your teammates. So you can check if your teammates need help or not, and right here they need it, so we might go over and help them. And one thing you can do as well is that when you got killed, you can still spot enemies around you for your squad mates with this little marker. So for all of my squad mates that might want to come for a revive, I can tell them, hey, there are too many enemies around, or there's one sitting in the corner right here, kill them before you come for the revive. Now, when you play as a medic, you can take advantage from this spotting system or ping system as well, because when someone is down and you want to come for their revive, simply point your crosshair at their little revive icon, and then you can tell them that you are coming. Because when you're down, you can see down in the bottom right corner that are medics nearby, and when one of them is pinging you, they appear as incoming. And I think that's important for you to know, so you won't cancel the revive, but instead stay on the map because there's a medic coming. And if you're lying down here and the medics don't want to come, you just call for help with the left mouse button, and then your little revive icon starts to ping. Sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. Always depends a bit on the medics and how good they are, or if they have a lot to do or not. What's also important to know if you play as a medic is that you can revive everyone. So all of the blue guys down here and all of the green guys that are your teammates and your squad mates. But if you play as any other operator, you can only revive the people within your squad. So only the blue guys if you use the default color scheme. Now, when it comes to resupplies and heals, there are also several ways to do this. First of all, Stinger has this little pistol with which he can heal everyone from distance. But what you can do as well, when you kill an enemy, they usually drop one of those ammo pouches, and that replenishes ammo and health for you. So keep that in mind. If you killed someone, just walk over their body and you should get a little bit of ammo and health back. And what you can do as well is keep an eye out for these ammo crates that your teammates have dropped. These are also available as med crates. And another way of resupplying and getting health that you should definitely not ignore are these little boxes right here. Sometimes they are a bit hard to find, so take a look at your map, because you can already see them right here. Check your map for those, especially when you are a sniper and you're maybe a bit closer to the edges of the map, or you are an engineer and you need a constant resupply of explosives. Be sure to know where these stations are. And as a vehicle driver, you have to look out for these, because these will help you to instantly repair your full vehicle and also repair the parts that are broken from your vehicle. And then another 2 or 3 things that you should definitely know about the weapons in Deltaforce is that, first of all, you can hold breath with every single weapon in the game, not only with the sniper rifles. So when I'm aiming down sight, the weapon is moving around, and then when you hold shift, it stabilizes. And that will help you a lot, especially on mid-range and long-range shots, to really hit your targets. What you should know as well is that once you have several attachments to your barrel equipped, like a flashlight or a laser, you can bring up a kind of plus menu, similar to Battlefield, kind of a plus menu by holding the Y button. And here you can separately turn these attachments on and off. So now I have the flashlight and the laser on, and now it's only the flashlight, and now it's only the laser. And something cool you can do as soon as you have a flashlight equipped is by pressing U. You have this stroboscope, or however it's called, kind of effect that I think is most important in the extraction mode, not so much in Havoc Warfare, but I think it's a cool feature that you can definitely make good use of. And that was it for today. I hope you found this video helpful and you can get into the game faster. And if you enjoyed it, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. I'm Catwoman, and you are awesome.